Well, welcome back. Delighted to have back in the studio with us County Executive Steve Schuh. How's it going today, sir?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Nice to see you too.
Good to see you back, yeah. And you're still newlywed. How's the newlywed life going?
So far, so good. She hasn't thrown me out.
So I wanted to ask you, with that being said, about your first Valentine's Day, newlyweds. What'd you guys do? How'd you celebrate?
We had a very special weekend. She surprised me with a weekend getaway.
Ooh.
So we went to a hotel out of town.
Okay.
We went out to dinner to this great Italian place, and then we went
Always
to
good.
a show in Washington, D.C. in a place called Blues Alley,
Love
which is
Blues Alley.
famous old
Yes.
jazz club. And we saw Mary Wilson, who was one of the original Supremes.
Oh, wow.
Who at age 73 is still belting it out. It was a really great show.
Supremes.
You would totally go to that show.
Dave, sing some Supremes.
Stop in the name of
Oh,
love.
like
That's
this. Yeah, very good.
Okay, I could go on.
She was
That's
very
incredible.
impressive. Yeah.
And Italian.
Blues Alley. Blues Alley.
Alley.
That is the #1 place in DC. That is the
For jazz,
spot
it is.
for
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It's a great place. A lot of fun.
What a great opportunity, and to get some good Italian food too. Sounds
Yep.
like my kind of date.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
We get
Perfect
hungry.
Valentine's getaway.
We
It
get
was great.
hungry really easily.
Well, you're just starting to get going here with the budget. Tell me about your wish list, some things that you're looking to do this year.
Well, this is going to be a very big budget year. A lot of
Okay.
exciting things coming. We're looking to continue giving taxpayers tax and fee relief. Always excited about
Yes.
that. School construction, this is going to be a very big year. This is the year we break ground on Crofton High School. People have waited
Yay.
30 years
Wow.
for Crofton High School, and it is at last moving.
So needed too.
Oh, it's so needed.
Yes.
And the council recently gave us authorization to accelerate all capital projects, and that will include school construction projects. So that gains us a few months. And on these kinds of projects, months count.
Right.
Parents want these schools and facilities open. And public safety, this is also going to be a big year because we'll be breaking ground on the central booking facility and on the new police academy, which will bring our police and sheriff's work into 21st century standards. And then finally, quality of life. We have a lot of really exciting things going on in terms of additional expansion of our bike network, opening up more swing beaches and canoe and kayak launches and trailer boat launches. So really great things going on all over the county, and they'll all be reflected in our budget.
Great.
You mentioned Crofton High School, and I wanted to ask you, take us back a little bit, because I can remember, I've been around for a while now, and I can remember this issue coming up year after year after year, and nothing ever happened. And even 3 years ago, I think it didn't seem like it was going to happen. What do you think? How did you get that done? Not that I'm not jinxing it, but how did? Hopefully, it will get done. But how did?
No, it's
what
pretty
changed?
well on its way now. I don't think there's any stopping it realistically, but it is. You're quite right. A project that the community has wanted for decades, and has needed for decades, and many elected officials have supported the project conceptually, but nobody was ever willing to make the budget commitment and to take the political fallout that comes from that kind of decision. Furthermore, the county school board was never historically particularly supportive of adding additional high schools. They liked the idea of having 12 high schools, regardless of how big they might be, because I can only imagine it's because they're easier to manage.
The 13 thing.
Other factors.
Number 13.
Yeah, maybe they want to avoid unlucky 13. And then, of course, leadership by the superintendent. So I think three things happened. It was the confluence of three separate events. One is the superintendent exercised extraordinary leadership in supporting that school. No superintendent has done that in 30 years. The school board, while maybe a little slow to embrace the project, did embrace the project, and they have embraced the broader concept of accelerating school construction in Arundel County, especially at the high school level. And then, of course, our administration came in with a clear-cut, no doubt about it, promise to the citizens of this county that we were going to support that high school, along with many others. So those three factors all came together. Of course, in the background was always the citizen support. The citizen support has always been there.
Right.
It's just the political, school board, and school leadership factors were not there in adequate quantities.
And now it's
until
all
now.
come together.
It's all
the
come
perfect
together.
storm.
Right,
So.
perfect storm, exactly.
Well, last week you unveiled a new website that's devoted to information about the Mayo Peninsula. Why did you do that?
The Mayo Peninsula is one of Anne Arundel County's jewels, a beautiful place
Absolutely.
People want to come there because of the water, the maritime culture. It's just a fabulous part of our county. But obviously, people bring challenges with them. They put pressure on road networks, on the schools, on public safety, on public utilities, recreation and park assets. And that peninsula is most definitely under strain in every one of those areas. When you look at Central Avenue 214, that is a one-way in, one-way out road with barely any shoulders and no sidewalks. And if anything goes wrong, people can be bottled up on the peninsula for hours. So we are working with the state to devote significant dollars at both the state and county level to improve 214. Public utilities, I think everyone is aware that we are abandoning the outdated system for waste disposal that has existed for decades out on the Mayo Peninsula and are now piping waste to the Annapolis Water Reclamation Facility. So that will modernize the public utilities. Very important
It's a
step
huge
forward.
project.
Yeah.
Huge project. We've put lots of money into the schools out on the Mayo Peninsula in the last decade or so. We are also looking to make significant improvements to Beverly Triton Beach, Mayo Beach, and other area park facilities. So a lot's going on down there, but I think that based on the public meetings we've had and the communications we're getting from leaders in the community, there's not a lot of public awareness about the county's commitment to Mayo and making sure that we do address over time all of those challenges. So we wanted to launch the website, make sure we were communicating everything that's going on, that has been going on in Mayo, so that people are more fully aware.
That's a great resource too, because I think as people have questions, and sometimes people come up with those same questions but might not have been at a meeting that they saw someone ask that, it kind of just retains all that information. So it's a great resource for folks if they're missing any kind
Exactly.
of gatherings. So now in the last two budgets, we've seen fee cuts, we've seen tax cuts.
Yes.
Historic tax cuts and fee cuts.
Got
Yes.
any other good news coming?
Any taxes?
We're
or
still
fee
early in the
cuts?
budget process.
Still early.
Still early.
Come on, you
Not
can
ready
tell
to,
us.
Not ready to
Nobody's
reveal the
listening.
budget.
Okay, I
All
won't
right.
push it.
Well, why don't you all just close your ears and I'll just tell them. No, there'll be something coming, but we are still very early in the budget process. We don't even
Fair
really
enough.
know how much revenue we have to work with yet. Those
Sure.
projections still are ahead of us.
Yeah, the state numbers are a little bit scary, but
State
that kind
numbers
of
are light.
happens every year. It seems like we hear these doomsday things every year.
Well, let's hope so. But and I am optimistic that as the fiscal year progresses, we will see stronger estimates coming from both county sources of revenue and state sources of revenue. The more revenue we have at current tax rates, the more room we have to reduce those rates while still fully funding important county programs.
Well, it's great news that we were also talking about expediting the approval process too when it comes to capital budget. So it's great stuff.
full steam ahead.
Full steam
steam ahead.
Are you excited for some baseball?
Ready?
Ready? Me too. Me
Too
too.
bad about Matt Wieters.
Stop it. I don't even want to.
Whoopsie.
Well, as always, we thank you for coming on the program.
having me.
Please come back
Good to have
soon.
you.
We always love to get the updates. And we'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.